Yeah.
Good evening. I'd like to call the Claymont City Board of Education regular meeting for August 11th to order. Roll call, please.
Ms. Campbell.
Present.
Mrs. Grandison. Present. Mrs. Host.
Here.
Mr. Peters.
Here.
Mrs. Wolf.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd just like to remind everyone that the Claymont City School District vision is to provide each student an opportunity for a lifetime of success. Our mission is to create an environment that nurtures, develops, and empowers each student. Our next meeting will be September 8th at 6 p.m. here at the administrative offices. Are there any agenda additions, corrections? None? Then I will take a motion to approve the meeting agenda.
Second.
Who was first?
I think
Lois and Saul.
Yes.
Roll call, please.
Mrs. Grandison.
Yes.
Mr. Peters.
Yes.
Ms. Campbell.
Yes.
Mrs. Host.
Yes.
Mrs. Wolf.
A. Commendations.
I'd like to thank some individuals. We have Jock and Lois Grandison. They purchased a golf cart for the athletic department. So it is now at the field house, specifically for the field house for that purchase. John B. Nolan Charitable Foundation, they made some donations to the science education department at the high school. I think that's an annual donation to the high school science department. The Port Washington Masonic Lodge 202. I talked before school was out, the last couple of years, Roger Bond called me, and they had taken over the Masonic Temple's money in Denison when they closed, and they are going, and they paid for some outstanding fees for our graduating seniors of 25. The Eagles Nest Charities, they have a donation to the Care Closet. Sherry Alphonse, she made a donation for the, we're going to put in a digital board at the high school. So that'll be a digital announcement board, much like the Rotary has out on Macaulay Drive. If you don't know Sherry Alphonse, she is the daughter of Bob McCall. That's all I have at this time, unless somebody else has any accommodations.
Okay, great. Public participation, we've had 3 requests for this evening. Just as a general overview, I just remind the speakers that there is a 5-minute limit on your conversation, I guess. The board won't be replying or giving any feedback. We'll take whatever information you provide us and, and under review and discussion. So we will start with John O'Hara.
Yes, I'd like to permission here for others from I had hundreds of signatures for a petition not to close this Denison school, the last school in Denison, and the junior high. So I've been here before, arguing the same point. But, so, I'm on the clock.
You're on the clock, yes.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. In 1965, there was when the consolidation took place between Denison and Uricksville, there was 3 schools in Denison, 3 in Uricksville. Today, there's 1 in Denison, 4 in Uricksville. Taxpayers from Denison pay 54% of their property taxes to Claymont schools, and we only have the 1 school left. Go from there. Intermediate is the last school in Denison. Guys want to close it along with the junior high. Both schools are big and structurally sound. Between them, they have 50 plus classrooms. Schools you need to close is Trenton and Eastport. They're small. They have approximately 29 classrooms, combination. Intermediate, junior high have gymnasiums, auditoriums for basketball, wrestling, volleyball. They can absorb the students from Trenton and Eastport also. If you close Trenton and Eastport, they can take both those schools in. Hundreds of signatures. The people are unhappy with what is possibly going to happen with the add-on to the high school. I got the pulse of the people while walking around getting signatures, and it's not good. They're saying no to any new levies if this stuff takes place. And I'm being flat out honest. I had 4 rejections out of all of them, all them hundreds, all there. So I suggest to some board members or the superintendent, maybe you ought to go out there and get the pulse of people like I have. And I mean, they talked to me. I didn't ask them anything. I just asked them to sign a petition. In 2020, a 5 mil levy was put on the ballot, passed by 72 votes. $600,000 will go to operations, $400,000 for permanent improvements. 1 year later, you close Park School. The mayor of Denison has talked to some board members and the superintendent. This levy can be repealed after a 5-year period. That 5 years is up. Under section 5748.04, revised code of Ohio, only need 200 signatures on the petition to put it back up to a vote. That will be a walk in the park for all the signatures I got there. I can just stand on the street corner. So it's time to listen to the taxpayers. No closing of last school in Denison, no add-ons to schools for millions of dollars when you have good, sound buildings. I've been in these buildings. Cindy and I went over here a few years ago, and I don't see anything wrong. If you would have closed the last school in Denison, it would affect the village also. We have fire, police, street department, and they get a little bit of the money from the people who work at this school. So that would help them out. In closing, since 1965, Denison taxpayers have been loyal to Claymont School. But since 1965, Claymont School have not been loyal to Denison residents, closing school after school.
Thank you, Mr. Turner. I appreciate that. Mr. Beckley?
Thank you, Madam President, Board of Education, Superintendent Mr. Nick. I'm here backing this move, and I applaud the board for making this decision on closing the 2 schools. Too bad this didn't happen about 4 or 5 years ago when we had that $4 million ESSA money. But I'm here to back the board for this. I think it's time that the district moves into a campus setting. I'm sure several of you have been up around Sandy Valley, Tusky Valley, Perilous. It's all campus setting now. And this is the future. And I don't know how much money you have to put in for further repairs for this building or middle school, but it's going to cost money. When I was on this board, there were several issues over there on this one, and we're trying to address it. But the last thing I want to say is to the board, I realize there's some of you that's going to be running for re-election, and you will probably hear a lot out there on the street. I just hope you keep focused. The reason that you want to do this project is for the students of the Claymont district. And this district is not in competition with Rurikesville or Denison. this is the Claymont district, the Claymont School District. And I applaud the board for making this statement and moving forward and building out a high school. Thank you, Madam President.
Mr. Marsh.
Hi, everybody. My name is Todd Marsh. I run the girls program for wrestling at Claymont. I just want to quick before I get into what I'm going to go into mainly at the end, just to discuss last season. We had 40 to 50 youth girls that wrestled from kindergarten through sixth grade. We went to the state tournament. There was 253 teams there. Our team finished seventh, and we were one of the only teams there that had just kids from our home school. So we were just purely Claymont kids. We took seventh place out of 253. Our junior high took 6 girls to the junior high state tournament. We finished ninth out of 302 teams at that state tournament. We were third place amongst public schools in there. We only lost mainly to club schools, teams that had kids from all different schools in their team. Our junior high team won the Carrollton and the Orville Open. Our high school team, the first year was 2 years ago. We had 4 girls. We went up to 6 girls. The following year, this year, we anticipate anywhere from 8 to 10 girls. We graduate one senior, Jillian Patterson. She has been going on to college to wrestle in Pennsylvania. This off season, we have had about over 50 girls come to our Friday workouts that we have. We had 5 junior high and high school girls go to attend the camp in Michigan. Every Wednesday, we have anywhere from 6 to 7 high school girls wrestle at the Quaker Dome in New Philly. We wrestle almost every other Thursday at Warner Lee at the mall. Every weekend, nearly every weekend since wrestling season ended, we've had girls wrestle in Pennsylvania, West Virginia, all over the state of Ohio. Just 2 or 3 weeks ago, we had one of our girls, just Lakin, she pinned a returning state qualifier, so from Ohio. So we think we have big things coming up in the future for our girls. This coming up season, I'd like to ask for our junior high team that was a club, no longer be a club. If we can even just be part of the boys team, just so whenever we go to tournaments, we no longer have to raise money to pay for our girls to enter these tournaments. We just do fundraising, so raffles, Super Bowl boards, whatever we can do to get these girls. The Eagles come pay for one as well. Also, last year, the year before, we went to intermediate school. This past season, we went to Eastport, and that was a complete disaster trying to go there. We have to go back to the intermediate school, law school. Our practices were delayed by 45 minutes just because the busing, waiting for the kids to get home. We put our mats down, so we have to roll our own mats. Last season, we had 10 practices that we couldn't use the gym for, that we had to figure out where we were going to practice at. So I was making phone calls and going places. Most of them, Sky Abbey let us use the 92 wrestling room. So then, also next season, then after next year, I know it's on the ballot. I know the last two speakers just talked about the closing of the schools. We will lose, if we replace the schools with one more school, one more new gym, we still lose a gym. And the intermediate has a full-size gym. The junior high has a full-size gym. So thus losing one of the gyms that we go to practice at, I'm asking that if we can reevaluate what I asked for last year, is to move away from this thing. And I talked to Lois, we went through it. It's empty. Can we put our mats down in there? The reason we want to use that too is then our girls would have the opportunity to use the stadium just like all the other teams will. We're probably one of the only sports teams who don't have a weight room. So we're trying to come up with our own programs, our own things to do so. We would really like to have that room. And I know I was asked, if I'm willing to pay for it. Yes, I'll pay for it. I just need to figure out how much. Can you guys let me know? Can I get the okay? I will go out. I'll raise money if I can get a year. I mean, yeah. So I am willing to do what's needed. That's it. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Marsh. Okay, we had a few administrative reports already submitted, but of all the administrators, anybody want to follow up or get one that didn't submit? Brady?
Good evening, everyone. So a couple updates for my report. We do have the high school freezer project that's finally finished. It's probably for the best that we had the delay that we did because it took a month and a week to complete. Some of that was not due to any fault of anyone's, freak accident, but the company recovered, everything's good. Also, in a report that I gave you is the sinkhole that we had at the high school. We ended up finding, after Mike Hickman started the excavation, there was a 6-inch plastic corrugated drain line that had collapsed and started sucking in aggregate material, which caused the sinkhole. That has since been cut open, replaced, backfill has been put in, compacted, it is ready for asphalt. Asphalt is going to happen at the same time the company is on site for the clinic. There were some repairs that they need to do with the new sidewalks. So that will be wrapped up hopefully in time for busy season out at the high school. I anticipate within the next week. On top of that, we let's have a moment here.
Clinic.
The clinic, yes. So the clinic, in my report, I gave you a few things that we were starting to run into some slowdowns with the custodial staff. Just trying to find ways to get in and get different areas cleaned up. So at this point, Ursula, our construction manager, is chasing the flooring company to get things out of the way as quick as possible. As they get floors completed, they're a set of cabinets, anything that they can to accommodate us. So we are moving in the right direction. We should be able to access the rest of the areas that the custodial staff has not been able to clean yet. It's a sprint to the finish, but we anticipate having so not experiencing too bad of a delay like years ago times. But being short 2 weeks of this year's summer has definitely that's the updates I have.
I'm going to add in that the clinic, we've kind of settled on a ribbon cutting open house for September 24th, 3:30. Why 3:30? Because John Carey, who's part of the Appalachian Coalition, who was the head of this, isn't available until then. And he spoke at the last one, so I'll get that notice out to you so you can adjust your schedule if you could. September 24th. Everything will be in place. They may be in operation at that point in time, but we'll still do the ribbon cutting, and people can take a tour of that clinic at that time as well. But I'll put that in an update to you.
Mr. Henry.
Good afternoon. I just wanted to kind of give you an update on this, on our busing situation. We lost 3 drivers. 1 retired, 1 went into the kitchen full time, and 1 became our mechanic. So we lost our mechanic also. He went to Buckeye. So, and we don't have anyone else to replace them. Started out with, I eliminated 1 route, bus 110, and then we had somebody else move. So that forced me to eliminate 2 routes. So we're down 2 routes, and I had to absorb those into other routes, which of course is going to be a crowded situation. What I can tell you, I have no subs. There aren't any subs. There are going to be situations where when a bus driver calls off, that route is going to have to be picked up probably an hour late. When we take them home, they're going to have to go home an hour early, unless of course parents want to come pick them up. But that, you know, I think last year maybe once, twice we had to do that, but this year it's going to happen quite often because I know for sure I'm going to have a driver that's going to take to a surgery medical leave. So, you know, then so there we are. I mean, when another one goes, then You know, it's just, it just doesn't look good. Times right now, you know, I'm putting in estimated times, but they're really going to be estimated. I'm not going to know. Typically every year, you know, the first week or so, you have to get acclimated and, you know, times might be 5 minutes early, 5 minutes late, then things settle out. Well, it's really going to be with these other routes that I had to throw these other 2 routes on. You know, those times are, I'm kind of guesstimating. I mean, it'll pan out. It'll eventually work out. You know, I just, with those times, we don't know until we get through them. So you're probably going to hear some things about that as well. So just kind of be prepared for that. I do know I had to consolidate the TCC route with the Buckeye and Star route, so it's all on the same busing. So I've got to get that bus out of here by at least 7:15 at the latest. So with that route, I've had to adjust some things. So just to kind of give you a heads up, you know, that this is what we're looking at. I do believe I'm going to have someone, there's a possibility that he's going to start the year out, then he might retire. So, you know, that's, and next year, we're probably going to lose 2 more drivers at least. There isn't anyone that's knocking on the door. You know, and we're not, it's not just us, you know, there's the other schools, they're running into the same things. You know, what I found out, I thought I had one, some schools get double route. So those drivers get more time. But, so, I mean, that's kind of where we're at. I just want to give you a heads up. You'll hear some things. We're trying. We're doing what we can.
You have a mile radius of pickup, but you've kept it to a half a mile.
Right. You know, we could have those students walk within a mile. You know, I try not to do that. Kept it at a half a mile. But that's probably going to be a reality. We don't have to transport high school students. That could be a reality as well. You know, unless we get lucky and get some people that want to drive school bus.
Say that might be motivation enough for people who say, I want to be able to go get my bus endorsement because I want high school kids to drive. But
Right.
you and I have been battling this for the last 6 years.
Yes. So, you know, this is going to affect, which it already has, sports. You know, we dealt with that all last year. It's going to be worse this year. You know, a lot of the times, it hurts us with the golf. Bowling is another one because they have to start so early. And our drivers, we're not leaving here until 4 o'clock. I mean, it's just that simple. We cannot leave because our main priority is get the students home. We have to do that first. So, you know, my drivers, well, last year they got in at 4. This year it might be later because they had stuff added to it. Some of them, not all of them. And there's just the way it is.
It's just the reality of
Yeah,
it.
yeah, unfortunately.
Eric, how many does that leave us with full-time bus drivers since we're losing 3?
9. We got 9 routes. 9 routes. Anything else?
Oh, nobody wants to drive bus.
Anybody wants to drive bus?
it's hard to compete in the with the private sector.
Yeah.
With a CDL. I mean, it ultimately it is. It's just hard to compete, so,
Yeah.
for the school districts.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Henry. Thank you. Yeah.
I just have a couple things. I didn't do a board report, so I figured I would let you guys know. Our access point project that we have been working on all summer, we have all of our internet boxes on the ceiling in our schools. So that was a pretty big cost to the district that we paid with out of E-rate money, and we paid 15% of that. That is now complete, and our students should have an entirely new wireless system that's up to date. So all of the Chromebooks and wireless devices that we have are now good to go for probably about the next 6 to 8 years. Another thing that Kim had worked on is, I just want to let the board know we are now complete with our copier upgrades. We've also pushed out some efforts to prevent people from printing in color as much as possible. And we're still allowing staff to do it, but we're just trying to limit it because it costs the district quite a bit. So those new changes have been in place. We're also saving money with our copier contract. So just want to let you guys know that's done. All of the Chromebooks that we have ordered have been set up, ready to go for 2nd and 7th grade. Shifting around, students in classes, getting those in the classroom as well. The clinic, we have all of that stuff almost ready to go. We're just waiting, like Braden is, on a lot of the construction. We're pretty much ready to just plug and play as soon as we actually have physical access to a lot of the cabling. One thing I want to kind of let you guys in on, I let Tim be aware of this, is a big cost that we're looking for in the next year is going to be our phone system. We are up against the wall in terms of licensing for that. We have an upgrade path to the next generation system, and it's going to be cheaper to upgrade to that while our current system is still within, not warranty, but within service. So that is something that we were hoping to do around daytime. I just want to let you guys know that it's going to be a pretty substantial cost for the district. No matter what we do building wise, that's going to need to be done. Or we would have to look at alternative different phone systems. Other than that, we're ready for teachers to come back in school. I just wanted to applaud Chris and our intern Linda Jay. They both worked very hard this summer to make sure that we're all ready to go for school. Other than that, that's all I have.
Thank you. Any other administrators? Okay. We don't have any items, right? Okay. Treasurer's report and recommendations.
So first month of the new fiscal year is already in the books, so we're looking at July. The revenues came in slightly lower. It's 8% is 1 month worth, so we're at 5.92%.
The very first one.
Very first slide.
You're way ahead of me there. Okay, go to the next page. I'm talking about revenues.
Next.
So second half property taxes, I did go and pick up the check today. It was just slightly lower than what I had received last August, so, but that's where we are with revenues. Expenditures, we're at 7.24%, with only 64.7% going to salaries and benefits for this month. We did observe July as the insurance holiday, so the employees didn't have to pay, nor did the employer. Our district share, we didn't have to pay for the month of July. And then we had a little bit higher expenses in some other categories for the month of July. So total revenues for July was 1.3 million with expenses of almost 1.7. So we had a deficit of almost $334,000. We still have a true days cash of 110. July reimbursements totaled $125,000, and I think I've got all but one of those in for the month. So we ended the month and with cash on hand of just over $8 million. Any questions on that or the reports that I had supplied to it?
I need a motion to approve the treasurer's report recommendations.
So moved.
Martha,
I'll second it.
Lois, seconds.
Okay, so we approved the financial reports for the month of July, the payment of bills that were presented for the month of July, the regular board meeting from July 10th, the minutes, the contract for Ray and Associates. They do our Medicaid school program audit every year, so that contract was up, so we're looking to renew that for another 3 years. Accept the donations that were presented during commendations, and then also our electricity agreement is up, and I worked through the Omarisa Consortium, which is with Titan Energy, and they went out for bid, and so they recommended this, so that's why I'm recommending to you to go with this Freepoint Energy for a 40-month electricity agreement at a fixed rate.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Ms. Campbell?
Yes.
Mrs. Grandison?
Yes.
Mrs. Host?
Yes.
Mr. Peters?
Yes.
Mrs. Wolf?
Superintendent's recommendations.
First, I want to start off with approve the summer graduation of Gloria Balls. So I'd like for Gloria to come up and us as the board members and I as Tim and we'll walk through this. It's a park.
It is my honor to award you your diploma. The road has not been necessarily straight for you, but I am very, very proud of seeing you stand here today in front of us and give you your 2025. Congratulations.
All right, and then the next item, moving forward, then we have casual preferred teacher substitutes for the school year. We have Brenda Metzger, Hina Kinks, Sammy Dorland, and Tina Armstrong. Approving the contract for a 3-year contract for Jay Gregory Grant for a special services director. So happy to have Greg aboard. I thought I saw him. There he is. Happy to have him aboard. We had some resignations for some educational aides. Item E, we have a 1-year limited contract. We have a 90-day probationary period for some OPC members, Elena Contini and Gavin Milburn, working as custodians. We have a 1-year limited contract for Alexis Bartholomew. She will be a preschool special education teacher. She comes to us at step 1 of the bachelor's degree. We have some resident educator assignments for year 1 and year 2. We have some administrators for district committees. So those are as listed for those committees that they will be serving on. Andrew Zimmerman will be the Career Tech Education Department head for this coming school year. You're approving the building and ground salary schedule for this coming school year. You had a list of Kent State University nursing students who will be mentored by Courtney Cameron, as they have done in the past. We have some band volunteers. And approving B2 architect as criterion architect of preparation for design, build, construction, proposed facility improvement in addition to the Claymont High School K through PI money. So that's as presented. We have the Muskingum Valley Educational Service Agreement for a student who's visually impaired. We have a la carte pricing, bus routes. We have a list of substitutes for this coming school year.
Take a motion. Saul, need a second? A second. Michelle, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Peters?
Yes.
Mrs. Wolf? Yes. Ms. Campbell?
Yes.
Mrs. Grandison? And Mrs. Host?
Yes.
And the last few items we have from the athletic department, we have some athletic workers, clock workers, 2 tickets, scorebooks, and then we also have the athletic ticket prices and passes for this coming school year.
Take a motion.
So moved.
Martha, Lois, any discussion on that? Roll call, please.
Ms. Campbell?
Yes.
Mrs. Grandison? Mrs. Host?
Yes.
Mr. Peters?
Abstain.
And Mrs. Wolf?
Yes.
I need a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved.
Martha,
Second.
and Michelle. 6:36.